Hello and welcome to this very special episode. I'm honored and happy and ecstatic and excited to have Charan and Janhvi Kapoor with me in conversation. Let me first do some deep breathing because it's a fangirl moment for me. So pardon me if I gush in parts.
I think I'm experiencing the same here.
Yeah,
I'll watch
You're
every
just
show.
being nice.
Not at all. I said I'm not in literal sense, but you have a very powerful voice. People listen to you, and I'm happy to be sitting here today.
I hope you're right because we get trolled more than we get heard.
that's just a sign of relevance, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I should take it that way?
sure.
Okay, great. That's a great place to begin with. But let me ask you both, Charan, you first. Big film family, a father, Chiranjeevi, uncle, Pawan Kalyan, a cousin who's Allu Arjun. Does that give you an advantage as an actor or does that bring pressure on your very fit shoulders?
I mean, since I was a kid, never considered all these elements to be an advantage or a disadvantage. I've never looked at it in that light. In fact, ignorance is bliss. If you say that, it works very well with me. I was very ignorant about the stardom or the family. I just did what I wanted to do always, and they never pushed me to do anything. So I was
But
not.
your father was a mega star. I mean, and you're saying that you didn't know that.
He never let it come into the house for some reason.
How does that happen?
I've seen my dad, if I might say, I've seen my dad being so normal and simple. Like if he finishes 18 hours of work and comes home, I've seen him press my mom's leg if she had a bad pull, or I've seen them do that. I've seen him pack food for my mom if she's going out early morning flight, saying, will she have time for breakfast? So I've grown up in a very, very normal scenario.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've never saw my father like until I see a television or step out to see a crowd mob him. I would never know it at a.
So did that bring in discipline in your life? What were your childhood
It
years
brought us
like?
normalcy in our house. Just made us all feel normal. He gave us time. He made sure he would spend his weekends completely. Like his presence of mind was very, very good. He was right there. He was a very present father.
And Janhvi, for you? Sridevi's daughter, Bonnie Kapoor's daughter, and Sridevi had this aura about her. I mean, I remember growing up on every single film from the South banners, Tofa, 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 and then coming on to Chalbaz, where I cannot even rotate my eyeballs the way she did in
And
that
I don't think
film.
anyone can.
And Mr. India, of course, Chandni and those flowing white clothes. And did you feel that you were living with a star? Did that really?
No, I mean, like Sir said, I wouldn't say blissfully unaware. I think I was criminally unaware about everything that she had achieved and she had done. Also because she was such an inherently shy person. And, ma'am, she started working from the age of 4. So by the time she made the decision to sort of commit herself to a domestic life, she wanted it to be a very complete transition. And she wanted to, I mean, this was an aspect of mom that I always looked up to the most. If she decided to do something, then it wasn't like, हाँ एक पाँव यहाँ और एक पाँव वहाँ. पूरी तरह से सिर्फ उसी लेन में घुसना है फिर. And that's how she looked at family life really. So she, I think herself somewhere forgot, erased or put that chapter of her professional life behind her and concentrated solely on her duties as a mother and a wife. And so that's what I was exposed to really until we came of age where she decided that, okay, I can dabble back into my artistic passions and my creative needs, which is when I sort of understood what the euphoria of her meant. But even not then, because I remember when she was shooting English actually.
Cult film, I think.
Yeah, one of our favorite.
She scheduled the shoot of that film in a way that it coincided with our summer vacations. And for some reason, one schedule in New York, they couldn't match in a way, and she missed Khushi and Papa's birthday. She was on the phone with us crying for 1 week. Every day after pack up, she would cry. So you can't like compute that this person is this mega star when the most important thing in their day seems to be that, shit, I can't make it for my kid's birthday. So,
and that's what normalcy actually means at home.
I guess, I mean, you don't know any other life. Of course, there was always a crowd everywhere she went. Of course, we lived a very sheltered, privileged, protected life. But we didn't, I don't think she looked at herself or ever carried the weight of, look at everything I've achieved and you better, like, I don't think it was ever like that with anyone. Like, her highlight, I said this somewhere else, of every week was, oh, I hope we get good pomfret machi in the fish market today. I can make chutney machi for
my girls.
Yeah, and my husband. Or her favorite thing was to put oil on Papa's head and give a nice massage, hoping that some hair will finally start growing. But finally, he had to get a transplant. But anyway.
Well, that's. I'm sure he has a funny bone. That's because he's a Punjabi, you know.
Yeah.
And Punjabis come with their own bottled sense of humor.
Sense of humor, yeah. Which she started picking up on, actually. Both of them together had a very wicked sense of humor.
And was it tried on you very often?
Yeah, I think the reason I have such a thick skin now is because their sense of humor together kind of prepped me for it. Yeah, for sure.
But you seem the serious kinds, and meaning no nonsense.
Not really.
Also maybe you know, if you look at it from Punjabi eyes, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, we have a wicked sense of humor. You're very disciplined. You know, the kind of films. I mean, it's almost as if you're in the room with a demigod or something, because that's the kind of fan following you have. How do you deal with that? I mean, of course, your kids are very young right now, but is that something that you know? Is there something special you do to give a normal life to your children now?
I think my mom and my friends wouldn't agree to this.
Yeah.
They think I'm pretty naughty and notorious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? What do you do?
Any naughty brother to a sister, and a very difficult son to a mother.
Yeah.
I was all of that. I don't know.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh God, I've created a good facade then. Not really. Yeah.
So, did you ever get scolded by your mom?
Scolded? Yeah. She told me. I remember she telling me, Ram, never lie in the future or to anybody.
And what did you lie about?
No, about maybe bunking a school or whatever. I said, why, Mom? You're the worst liar. You get caught.
So, which means that was not acting then?
No, not at all. So, we have removed screws of the grill and we jumped out of our bedrooms in the night. Me and my friend Rana Dagupati, we removed it and we went out. We went for a night out, I would say. And we came back.
Tell us about those night outs. I'm very interested.
Ma'am, we were 16, 17, 18. What is it? We'll go for a drive, have some ice cream, meet the older boys who are partying and who are drinking. We are not allowed to drink at that age. Nobody gave us anything of such. We're not exposed to that. But just do some naughty things, come back, close the grill, sleep. And in the evening when we come back, when we were back home, we saw the grill completely nailed.
With a few bars added to it.
So we did all of that. I mean,
and your dad got to know about these escapades?
For some reason, my mom has kept my dad immune to all of this.
Well, not anymore. He's going to see this interview.
Yeah.
Now he's going to know.
So you weren't scared of him because you knew mom would manage that part.
For some reason, we were never scared of him. He kept it so normal. We could joke with him. My mom pulls his leg in front of us. He's a sport.
Yeah. Is he a friend or a overbearing dad with disciplinarian?
Never disciplined us. Never, actually. I think we were kind of good enough. My mom brought us up pretty well for him to not see us in that light and sit us down. Never. But all he told us since we were kids is respecting elders. Oh, that is one thing that might trigger him, if at all, if there's anything.
So that is something that sort of comes naturally, and you've all got it inbuilt.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Respect to the elder. Yeah, and that kind of shows of course, I mean, your lives on camera and on social media, followed by everyone, and there is that sense of respect that you see when your father and elders are around you. And of course, your daughter is 3 and your twins are now.
6
are you a
months.
hands-on dad?
I mean, I don't know if I can talk about myself being a good father or a normal father, but
Hands-on.
I am hands-on, yes. I feed them, I put them to sleep. Kara sleeps with me almost every night. And yeah, I do what any other father does.
Diaper changing?
No, except that.
Except that.
Except
Okay.
that.
So we found a chink in
Yeah.
your armor. And
I
do you
slip
have
out of the room. I slip out of the room quietly when that happens.
Okay, and your wife Upasna, does she audit what you do and don't do, and how much more you should participate?
She is. I mean, not with children, but in general, with
Who's
how
the boss amongst you?
Absolutely, she's the boss.
See how men just say
There's
this
no second
without
thought.
without
No
any-
second thought.
No second.
No second thought.
Always play
It's
safe.
all we were taught to say this.
But no, I on a more serious note, you know, she is, and I read somewhere that she even treats your marriage like, you know, in the style of a CEO, quarterly reviews.
Not really.
I read this somewhere.
Yeah?
Is
Oh,
it true?
God. I don't know if
That you have date nights and everything is like,
I don't know. I missed this quote of hers. No,
Yeah?
not at all. No, actually, it's quite spontaneous. Everything is quite spontaneous with us. I mean, an actor's life is very spontaneous. You don't know where you are, how late you're working, when you're waking up. So it's difficult to design and live in a house with parents or with your spouses. It's difficult to design, I feel.
there's a lot of adjustment that
Yeah.
goes into behind the
Yeah.
scenes, the
Yeah.
making. And who's your support system? Who's your best critic and who's your best fan at home?
Wow. Both my sisters, they're wonderful critics. They're quite bold, and Upasna is also very good in giving suggestions after a film, or if it doesn't work. They have a sweet way of conveying whatever they have in their mind.
Honest,
Yeah, honest, completely, brutally honest.
brutally honest.
Yeah.
And you come out wearing band-aids after that.
Huh?
You
It takes
come
me a
out
while to
band-aids.
recover for sure.
Janhvi, for you, do you discuss your projects with anybody? Do you take these calls on your own? And are people at home overwhelmed? I mean, of course, your sister's also a star. Your father has a film background. Do they over emphasize on advice, or to each his or her own?
No, I think the system we've probably established at home when it comes to all our professional lives is that things are discussed, but Dad's sort of given us all the freedom of figuring it out ourselves, and I think he likes it that way as much as we like it that way. So that, I mean, I know it's a cliche quote, but you can only learn from your own mistakes and chart your own journey and etc., etc. But I think that holds true, and I think he's respected that sort of independence in all of our choices quite a bit.
You're doing this film with Ramcharan. Do you get overawed by you know, somebody like him, because you're calling him sir? How does it work during the
I've begged. Last 2 years I've been begging her. I'd say that's why I call her Janhvi ma'am now on screen, or wherever we are standing and talking.
Yeah, because she's calling you sir.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I call her ma'am. So
But you know, it has nothing. It
maybe
has.
she's frightened. Maybe you've done something to
No, I'm
frighten
not frightened at all. I'm not. In fact, to be completely transparent, I think on my first day of shoot, I still remember it was in Mysore, and it was a song montage cut for Chikri. And I was very nervous. I don't know if you could tell, but I was very nervous because I've seen all of his work, a lot of his work. And I think the reason I call him sir is because of the plethora of work that he's done and how much he's moved people and how much he means to people, and his, I think his sheer talent, discipline and dedication to entertaining people and to giving to his craft and artistry. I think that warrants a sir for sure. where I am in my life, there is immense respect for someone at that stature. So I can never not call you sir.
One day, please.
But yeah, so that's so. But I will say he's very disarming as well. He's very. I think his nature of being very calm, composed, very very respectful, not just of his elders, but of everyone, no matter who you are, whether you're the sport, whether you're the lead actor, actress, supporting cast, whoever. So I think that sort of put me at ease for sure.
And for you, does discipline come naturally because you've broken a few grills and
Don't know if
stepped
I'm-
out? But on a film set, is it different? Have you kind of picked this up from somebody? Have you worked with your dad? What were your takeaways from him? What are the things that you would actually emulate him, and what are the things that you would tell yourself, this I'm not going to do like him, I'm going to do it differently? What are those things?
I think firstly I've learned since I was a kid. I was attending shoots, maybe outside Hyderabad also. He has created a very safe environment for women to work, especially when heroines work outside their hometown. It is very, very difficult for them to have a secured place. I mean, there are quite a few hooligans outside. They might be brash. So Dad always protected that side, and I've seen that, especially at home also. He's very protective of the women, and to give them that atmosphere is very important for them to work. She's leaving her Mumbai. I mean, she's grew up in the film industry, but still it is not very nice if it's not a safe environment for them to work. And it's our duty, being our sets together, we have to make that as much as possible for them to be comfortable to work with us.
Okay, so that's one thing that you carry with you. What's the one thing that you don't want to follow him? Okay, this I will make my own style.
Yeah. No, I mean, even
Come on,
at
say it.
71, 72, he still wakes up at 6. If I don't wake up, he's like, why am I not seeing you in the gym today? It's like, wake up. So that part, yeah. I
You
don't
want
know.
to do it? Kya ki gym at 10 o'clock
I
also.
want him to let me go sometimes and let me sleep. I mean, he's too disciplined. He's too, he loves life. He loves to have the best health, best everything, and he loves to live, I think.
And what is that
Touch
living
wood,
up?
yeah. Huh?
What is that living up? Is it, is there a
I
set
don't know
rule?
if I call it discipline or that's the way he is. That's the way of life that he leads.
Yeah, so what's the one thing that is expected, that this is, you know, the default setting of the house? This is the template that works. So is there something that you have to do when you're at home, like one meal together?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, coming to that, we at least do one meal for sure. If I'm not at shoot, we do that one meal for sure.
And who's the boss amongst mom and dad?
Mom. She
Mom?
doesn't come across, but she is.
But she is.
She is. We all listen to her. I mean, all of us, Mr. Pawan or my cousins, she has taken care of everybody. They were all very young when my dad married her. So she literally, sabka shadi wahi kiya hai.
Okay.
Everybody's, all the 4 sisters of my dad. Two
And
sisters
your
also.
stardom, does that, you know, go home with you, or with parents it doesn't really matter?
I don't think
No?
there's no space for stardom in our house.
But if they must be proud also.
Yes, I mean, as looking at our work and the scope of work that we have and what we do, they really appreciate it, and they don't. My dad has never been too critical about my bad films, and maybe he's just encouraged me when there's a good, and he never picked on the bad much.
What's that one thing that he's said that stays with you forever?
He said, even in your worst time, if you're disciplined, काम मिल सकता है. So please be, even if it's a mundane activity, what we do, please do that thing very religiously, because in our worst times, only a disciplined actor still has the scope to get work. But
So is failure something that lurks even in Ramcharan's mind?
absolutely,
My God, you're
I am very scared of failure. But I accept
superstar
it
is
when
a
it
mild
happens.
word. I don't think it's the correct definition. Correct me. I don't know what you call, you know, the status of a successful actor like Ram Charan, superstar तो छोटा पड़ जाएगा.
I think so.
No,
So what should we call him? God.
Just call me RC, please.
RC.
Yeah, if it's Ramcharan is such a big long name, then just call me.
And for you, what is that one thing that you've imbibed from your mom? You said the fact that she doesn't do it half measures. She gives her, but that one thing that stays in your mind whenever you're doing something.
I mean, I think the way that it sounds very similar actually. Every time I hear Sir speak about Chiranjeevi Sir and every time I reminisce about Mom, their, I think, school of thought and their way of operating was very similar in terms of discipline and hard work and sincerity. But one thing that she said that always stayed with me was that you can never lie to the camera. And finesse and skill set and dancing and this and opportunities, all of those things are variables that you can sometimes control, sometimes not control, and work on. But if you're a good person, then all of your performances, no matter the scope, will always connect on one level or another. So you need to work on being a good and honest person first, and only then will your performances come across as honest.
But is it a burden to be compared to your mom all the time? I mean, Sridevi, I mean...
But let's be pragmatic. I mean, no one's saying... I don't think one is compared to the level where, oh, is she as good as Sridevi? Because I think it's a fact that no one can ever be, right?
Yeah, there's only one.
Yeah, so I think the comparison is more in the tonality of, can she live up to what her mother created? But I think even that is an impossibility when you get down to it. I think my endeavor is just to honor her legacy, do what I can, do the best that I can to take it forward and work as honestly as possible, really. I'm just grateful for the opportunities that I get. I want to put my head down and give it my all because it makes me happy. And I think it keeps her memory alive for me as well.
And the scope
Does it still hurt?
I mean, it's never not going to hurt.
I read again somewhere where you said that you've still not come to terms. It's not something that you accept. Are you still in denial that she's no longer physically present?
Consciously when you ask me, I'll say I'm not in denial. But it's so funny because sometimes I have these dreams where it feels like, okay, she's gone on a trip and she's coming back. And in my dream, that's the reality, So I guess subconsciously I haven't accepted it, obviously. But
how do you connect with her? Do you sort of mentally talk to her or second guess her that this is what she would have done or said or looked at this problem in this manner?
I feel the most connected to her in two places. When I'm in front of the camera, which is why it means so much to me, and when I go to Tirupati, which is why I do it so much, yes. So I think that's why I'm so obsessive and hyper about being on a film set and constantly looking for work and trying to take that flight and go to Tirupati as often as I can, because I think those are the two moments where I feel most at peace and most connected. And like I can hear myself and maybe her also a little bit the most.
So sweet. More power to you. I know we if we lose somebody, there's never a good time. And if somebody goes away from your life in such circumstances, that you question everything around even more. But work ethic. And I want to ask you, RC, that after RRR, the global appreciation, the recognition and all, can you better that? And is that something that creates pressure?
I mean, it's very difficult to up the game every year with the movies that we do. But it was never a concern for me that I have to beat my previous blockbuster or my performance or the reach it had worldwide from Japan to LA. It's very difficult to recreate what we have done. Maybe the circumstances are not the same every project, There are things that make it happen. But we always strive to do something as much or more than that. The sincerity we do every film doesn't change. We are very sincere. The results are varying. The scope of the hit can change a little bit.
Magic is difficult to repeat, you think?
Yeah, but there'll be something else. There'll be a new magic that we might be creating in the next one.
Is there a formula?
There's only hope. There's only hope and sincerity towards every day. If I'm happy, going to sleep and waking up, wanting to wake up to go to the sets again next day. If that is happening, I think that is what I constantly try to check within myself, if it's happening or not. The result on a Friday, we don't know what's going to happen. We just have to enjoy the process. If it's 2 years, 200 days, am I happy going to the sets? Am I happy coming back home? That's the only thing I think I have in my control.
I've always wanted to ask you, because Ayyappa Diksha is something you do every year. Your dad kind of inculcated that discipline, 45 days of that discipline. What's that all about? She spoke about Tirupati, you do this Ayyappa Diksha. What is this whole process of spirituality?
It is my grounding. I find myself back. It's the only same thing I feel I do sometimes in the whole year. It grounds me, it internalizes me a lot. It gives me immense strength, and which lasts for the next 6-7 months after I do that 45 days. So I do it twice a year, beginning of the year and end of the year.
45 days and 45 days?
Yeah.
90 days gone?
90 days.
So you live for 9 months?
Huh?
You live for 9 months and the rest is what? Bhakti?
No,
what is it that you do?
It's not religion for me. It is more way of life. Your thought process channelizes much better. You're channelizing everything much better. It is just a way of life.
No, so, is it exercising, meditation, eating a specific time, puja? What is it? What is it that this period means for you in terms of your timetable?
Barefoot for 45 days. Everything has a reason why they've designed it a certain way. If you actually read the Puranas, why we are doing what we're doing in these 10-15 days, 45 days, we are actually cleansing ourselves internally, and it takes for the body and the constitution of the body to change, it takes about 45 days for any change to happen. That's why we do a diet for 3 months or 45 days and above. So it just changes, every cell in your body changes. It breathes better.
Does that bring calmness?
Absolutely. Clarity, calmness, steadiness, everything it does. And we try to inculcate it in the following months after we finish the mala also. So every time you feel you're going off track, idhar-udhar ja raha hai, your life and your mind is a little off, I do that. It channelizes me back.
So do you do it between a film like Peddi, which is about sports, it's about perseverance?
No definite time, ma'am. I do it whenever I feel, yeah.
You did it twice on...
Twice on Peddi sets, yeah.
And what is he like during that period?
He was...
You still call him sir, or do you call him God in those periods?
Maybe I should.
I'll bury my head somewhere.
I mean, he's the same as he always is. I would imagine that the kind of fasting and mental discipline and its astuteness that period of penance requires would result in a change in his energy levels in front of the camera, but that it doesn't at all. Like, he's still a tiger, 10 on 10, 100 on 100, I would say, in front of the camera. But ma'am, offset, I feel like his energy is like he's always in penance only. It's very...
He's very disciplined. Boring.
Boring. I wouldn't use these...
That's why I don't want to get there, saying people are going to think I'm really boring.
No, but I wouldn't use these words of discipline and boring. Maybe discipline, but I would say shy. I would say very innocent. I would say someone with a lot of depth and who's very comfortable with silences, and who observes a lot and doesn't necessarily...
Who's half Punjabi, how do you adjust to that?
But I'm also half South Indian.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like I identify more with that side in any case.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I dialed the wrong number there. But tell me about this making of this film, there is a controversy. You know the controversy about a particular dance in
No,
the
please
trailer.
enlighten me.
It's supposed to be
no.
vulgar and that you know.
About the song or in the trailer?
In the trailer, about that song, specifically about the song of that is Shruti Hassan and you,
Oh, that's a
Oh,
song.
sorry.
which
not-
is very
not aware
vulgar
of
and
this.
for commercial success you do. So how do you deal with something like that, or are you blissfully unaware?
I mean, I didn't realize that the song elicited this reaction, so I guess I was unaware. But to be honest,
He knows about it. He
No,
didn't tell you.
I was not aware of this.
yeah, but I
This is the
think
first time.
I think it's an actor's job to trust their director and their director's vision. And I think in the milieu of the film and where the characters are based, I guess it made. I mean, I didn't think the song was particular. It's just I felt like we were just
I think
dancing.
we didn't feel it when we were doing it. I mean, our intentions were very
Pure.
pure to the point of what is required for that
For
song.
the character, the song, what our director
We
wanted.
never went out of line and then did something that is like, the kids and the children, are they going to see something not supposed to be?
Were you uncomfortable doing it, or
no,
you
not
thought
at
it was
all.
natural?
No. See, I think what would make me uncomfortable was if the agenda was like, okay, we want to titillate the audiences, so what can we do to really make this seem like this? I don't think that's where my director operated from at all with regards to this song. And for me, it was about dancing and how vivacious and energetic that dance was. And I've seen dances like this in Hindi films as well. I've seen it in Western pop culture as well, where they're very expressive, even if it's sexually so. But if there's ownership and agency of it, I don't see why it should particularly offend someone unless the gaze is to only objectify. I wasn't the only one dancing like that, neither was Shruti. He was also doing the same dance steps. So,
But it is a male dominated society where men can do anything. Women not.
so I think खोट फिर देखने वालों की आंखों में है ना?
Of course.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's up for debate. I think that I've definitely had, I guess, apprehensions when a female is objectified without reason. But like I said, I think an actor's job is to trust their director completely, and that's
And
what
you
we've
just
done.
did that. And Ramcharan, did you feel that this was only to titillate the audience, and how do you respond to this entire controversy of the objectification?
Frankly, if I've enjoyed doing Natu Natu with my colleague, my Mr. Junior NTR, I've had the same kind of enjoyment and happiness of doing and performing with both of them. I didn't see any difference between that song and this song. I don't know how it reached this kind of an objective manner, but that was not our intention, so that is more important. If our intention was that and it is conveyed, I'm worried. I'm worried like this is what they picked up from the song. But our intention was nahi tha.
I love
And
the way you dabble in Hindi. They say you
I'm
don't
trying to.
understand Hindi.
No, I do.
And you do?
Little bit. Yeah, I can make a conversation with you guys. Yeah.
So what is it about Peddi that I hope I'm pronouncing
Yes.
it right?
Exactly.
Peddi, yeah.
Peddi.
Peddi.
What is it about this film that you would want to tell the audiences come watch because it has this message? What is that?
I think it's one of the most inspiring stories I've heard, and I'm very fortunate that this landed on my table and I'm able to be part of it. It was inspiring as an actor that very few films come your way. Like there's Magadira that came my way. There was RRR. There was Rangasthalam. It takes about 6 to 7 years for a movie like that, of that scale and that depth to come into your life, and it's one of those films. I would definitely keep this film in my library forever. It is one of the most inspiring characters I've done. It challenged me, it disciplined me, it made me feel good.
What is it specifically that you had to prep for this film?
Prep in the sense, I don't know specifically. I mean, it's the physical part. I mean, it requires, so we did it. It's not like I had to go through so much mentally and physically to reach where it is. I enjoyed the process, but it needed a lot of sincerity for the first time. I mean, I would go by the director's instinct or that instinct, but here we needed our own instincts also to play. We had to use our brains a little bit more than
normally you don't have
films.
to?
Normally I don't. I'm not saying literacy, but I like to go like a blank page, and I like my directors to write over whatever they want, because they've been dwelling in it for a couple of years more than us, so they exactly know. But here there was a give and take happening between me and Buchi, me and Janhvi. There was a lot of give and take, which you will see definitely what we are trying to do on screen.
Janhvi, for you, what's special about this film?
What's special about this film? I think we've worked on this film for over 2 years, and the kind of character that I'm playing, I mean, I think it's very clear that the subject matter is that it's Peddi's journey, and his journey politically, socially is something that I resonate with and feel very strongly about. So that aspect of the story anyway is a huge takeaway for me. But in terms of the character, she's very, I wouldn't say boisterous, but she's just very cool. She's like she has the swagger and energy and attitude of a man who's never been told no, which is a kind of role that as female actors you don't get the chance to play a lot. Of course, there's the glamour and you know that you're required to sort of play that up a little bit. But I think dabbing into that aspect of her attitude liberated me a lot as an actor. So that was fun.
So you got that. Nobody says no to Janhvi.
Yeah, I mean,
do people say no to you?
They do, ma'am. They do.
I thought the whole world would be eating out of your hands and indulging you.
But I really need to like bat my eyelashes to make that happen, but it's tiring to do so.
If it happens even with just batting of eyelashes, it's great.
It takes a lot of effort. My eyelashes are quite heavy, so.
Okay. No, but really, do people say no to you?
I feel like people say no to everyone. You can't expect someone to say yes to you. Why? Because I'm who I am? No. No.
How is it? How is the Bombay film industry, Mumbai film industry different from films that are done in the South?
Oh, I feel like I need to be articulate about how I frame this, because I'm going to...
Articulate is not the word you're looking for.
Diplomatic. So they're very...
Charan Johar is peeping from there.
So I think there's a lot of passion when it comes to... I think there's a lot of pride that one takes in a South film set, where it's like, okay, it's not so much about making a project, and it's not so much about hitting certain timelines, can I say that? It's more about, I feel like, creating cinema, how much ever time that takes, even if it relies on the spontaneity of the director or several other variables. I think in Hindi, that Excel sheet matters a lot more. So you're a lot more by the book, and I'd say maybe a little organized, sometimes even to a point of fault, because then they're creative compromises. But there are benefits to being that organized and stringent.
We started from a position where Hindi film industry was not organized and South was.
So can I tell you what I really appreciate about specifically the Telugu film industry is their respect for everyone's working hours. Not just the actors, but also the technicians and the crew members. So lunch break means 1 घंटे के लिए सब लोग 40 minutes के लिए lunch खा के 20 minutes के लिए nap लेके आके fresh होके acting या अपना काम कर सकते हैं. Sometimes that is compromised back home, and I think I don't think we've ever shot. I think for me, once or twice I must have shot all of 12 hours. Otherwise, it's almost always like 9 to 10 hours, and a night shoot always ends at 2 a.m. So you're rested. So I think they're very particular about things like that. In Bombay, I guess it depends on the film set you're on. But I will say, if I can say so, they're a little more pre-planned, can I say, in Bombay.
Absolutely. I mean, I look
Yeah.
up to the industry. They do everything on time. There's, I wish I can finish movies also in 70 days
Yeah.
or less than that.
Sometimes 30,
Yeah.
40 days, yeah.
Yeah,
This
30,
one
40
took,
days.
2
this
years.
is 285 days over 2 years. So, even I wish I was doing clocking
That's a lot
hours.
of commitment. So, are you somebody who has butterflies in his stomach before a release?
I have butterflies before stepping out of the house every day.
Okay.
I have an anxiety
the-
issue,
you
for
have an
sure. Yeah, but once I enter the room and I'm acclimatized to all of this, I'm fine. But I had butterflies coming to your interview too.
Why?
I mean, you are very powerful. You have a great voice.
My God.
Your voice is
And here I was
heard.
wondering whether, how to introduce myself to you. I
But
mean,
see,
you are
ma'am-
Ram Charan. Do you realize that?
No, no, I
I
don't
mean,
want to.
your fan following
It's
people
too heavy
would probably.
to take it on your shoulders. I mean, I like to nullify it as much as possible.
But see, ma'am, this is what I mean. Before I came on to set, even I was like, okay, it's with Ram sir, and it's like all of this, and Magadira and RRR and this and that, and we're shooting a song and Natu Nat and all of those things. But you kind of sense that this man doesn't carry that at all, and he is nervous as well, and he is shy as well. So it's quite
Endearing. But
Endearing.
you still saw him.
Yeah, but of course that has everything to do with the body of work, and after Peddi, तो sir से भी ज़्यादा मुझे कुछ ढूंढना पड़ेगा, I think.
Please, yeah.
Sir जी, I'm calling.
Are you nervous? Are you nervous about the release of the movie?
I am because I've seen how much. I'm going to be very honest. I think it's been quite smooth sailing for me, the process of the film, but I've seen how much Ram sir, Butchi sir, and everyone has given to the film. So much without making much of a shosha about it, and I really want that effort to be rewarded. Yeah,
Are you headed to Tirupati after?
I was supposed to go on the 4th with Butchi sir,
Yeah,
but
let's plan it. We'll all be there.
but I think now it depends on if we're promoting or not
Yes,
promoting.
yes.
So I guess
Maybe when we're promoting in Andhra, we
Yeah.
might definitely go.
Okay. Any milestones that you're really looking forward to achieving? You've done some good films. You can always go back to the style book of your mom. What are you looking forward to over the next, say, 12 months?
Ma'am, what I've realized is that movies are sort of like a slow burn as well after they come out. So I remember mom speaking actually about her filmography, about so many films that didn't click at the time, but have aged in a way that they've come to
Lamhe.
mean so much to people. So I guess if I sit here and speak about milestones, like, oh, I want this one to do like 800 crores and this one to do, I want this blockbuster. I do want those things, but what I want more than anything is to be a part of memorable films that stand the test of time, and hopefully move people with my performance and have those kind of immortal characters and that scope of work.
Do they write them like that anymore?
Yeah, they do, but they're few and far between, I think, for women especially.
Ramcharan, for you,
I mean,
been there, done that,
Yeah.
anything that you still need to achieve?
just be excited. Just want to be excited every day to do what I love doing. I just keep checking on myself if I'm really excited to go out there and shoot. I think that's very important. I don't want to take up a movie which is not exciting. And I've done certain movies like that, and it was not a good 2 years when I did it. So, yeah.
So a lot riding on Peddi. I
We've
wish
done
you
our
both
best.
good luck
Thank you.
because when you've put in all the hard work, you actually do wait for the audiences to react. They, I hope, react positively up to your expectations. Otherwise, to myself, I just say this one thing, that you just have to just be consistent and persevering, because after that you leave everything up to God.
Are you going to go watch the movie, ma'am?
I hope it's dubbed in a language.
Yes,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
four,
yeah.
5 languages.
And of course, I must
Please
tell
do.
you, I have a daughter-in-law from Hyderabad who watches every Telugu film in Telugu, though
Oh.
she's not a Telugu.
So does she speak the language?
She speaks because she grew up there. She's a Gujarati girl, but grew up in Hyderabad, and and she tells me that you've got to watch it in Telugu. Sit next to me, and I will translate and make you understand. But the original language is always the best.
I would agree. But actually, no, we've done a great job, I think, even with the dubbing on all languages.
All languages,
Yeah.
yes. It's quite a
All
thing.
right, I'll make that promise
Please
to
do.
you that I will. But I'm brutally honest about my feedback.
I
hope
think we'll be
that's all
looking
right.
forward to
hear your
that, yeah.
feedback and your review.
Okay, that's a promise then, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you
not
so
just
much.
for Peddi, but for everything that you do in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Thank you
joining
so
me.
much.
Thank you, Janhvi.
Thank you,
you, RC. And you need to attend to that.
Yeah.